Expat View, where we're all about empowering women expats. And we're talking to you from our living room to yours. I'm Stacey Khalifa. Today I'm here with Gena Vaughn, who is the owner of Spanish Over Coffee. And Gena's going to talk to us a little bit about what inspired her to help other people to learn another language with her business. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, I mean, well, let me just kind of tell you how I started, first of all. I mean, literally, I was, had $5 in a bicycle, and I was selling shoes, and, I wanted to make more money. And I thought, okay, well, and over dinner, somebody said to me, what can you do? And I was like, well, I speak Spanish. And I had Spanish in college and in high school, and I saw people learn way more grammar than they ever needed to know, and they didn't speak Spanish. And it was really obvious to me, like, unless you speak it, you're not going to get it. So, so I thought about it, and I said, okay, we're going to do it differently. And my intention always has been that people leave speaking to anyone, anytime, anywhere, and learning from every opportunity. So to speak Spanish, you got to speak Spanish.
Okay, great.
Okay. So bad. We got to cut that one.
So what were some of the challenges that you experienced starting this business?
I think, so I've been in business for 11 years now, and there's different, like each year is different. So in the beginning, it's really just keeping your dream alive. I mean, you're just completely surviving. And one of the things you got to be careful about, I think, as somebody who's starting out, is to not tell your dreams to everybody, because people, they do it out of concern for you, but they tell you it's not going to work. It's not going to work, don't do it, you should do it this way and that way. And most people have no idea what they're talking about, really. I mean, unless they're true business owners. And so I learned pretty early on just to talk to people who, like, speak to somebody who I got bigger around. Which actually I took that on as, like, something in life, I'm not going to hang out with people who, in fact, I told my husband when we met early, I was like, when I'm around you, I got to get bigger. And if I'm not, then we shouldn't be together. And the same thing for you. So that was kind of the beginning. And then, and I think at one point I was wondering, like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Because it is very challenging. And I made a promise to somebody I'd do this no matter what for 2 years. And in a 2-year cycle, you can see all the ups and downs of a business. And then I would get to the end of that, and I'd promise that again. And then, so that was, like, kind of the beginning. And there's lots of things I could say about that if you want to know, but...
So basically what you're saying is to stick with it and to surround yourself with positive people, and that the people that are not as supportive of your idea, it's important not to really focus on that, but because otherwise, like, that'll take away your energy.
Yeah, like, I don't tell my friends, I mean, I don't tell my friends what I'm up to. I tell my friends who really get it, but people ask, and I'll be nice and tell them some, but to really, like, speak what I'm really up to, unless they get it. Does that kind of make sense to you? Yes. So that's one. I think the other thing, then there's other distinctions to learn in business, like, marketing and sales and employees is a whole nother thing. And I think, there's different levels of it.
And can you talk to us a little bit about your experience working with expatriates that have come to your company for learning a second language or a third language?
Oh, yeah. Well, we've had, a lot of Norwegians do our course. I had a woman from South Africa. I mean, we really had quite a few. But I was thinking, this one woman from Norway, I mean, she was so amazing. Just, like, the most amazing woman. She knew so many, in Norway you can learn a lot of different languages. And when she did her course, she was just astounded at how quickly she was speaking Spanish. But the thing that really surprised me is I didn't realize in Norway, if you talk, like, just talking to somebody is very intimate, like, that's just part of the culture, so you don't really talk to people. But in Spanish, you're expected to be social, and people's homework in our course is to talk to people, and we give them a series of questions so they can learn from others, and it was completely terrifying for her. And I told her, I said, it's going to take every cell in your body to do this, but go do it. And her neighbor spoke Spanish, and so she would do it. It took, like, just total fear. But then she started to experience herself as somebody different, like, beyond just being Norwegian.
Yeah,
they're not all that way, but I'm just saying it was it was quite inspiring.
Yeah, what you're sharing is very similar to the European cultures. Also, in other cultures, is that if you're learning a language, you don't speak it until it's perfect, and so you're very inhibited about going out there. So you're really encouraging people, you're empowering people to go out there and practice, even though it's not perfect.